Today is Sunday, April 13th. It is Masters Sunday, and your Atlanta Braves have fallen to the Tampa Bay Rays by a score of 8-3. They finished the series in Tampa, losing the series. They lost 2 out of 3. Braves fall to 4-11. Still not great. Offense was a little better, but all in all, the Braves fall short. Outside of the sixth inning today, it was pretty rough. A lot of Braves fans didn't tune in due to the Masters going on in Augusta. And quite frankly, I don't blame them for not tuning in. They didn't miss much. The lineup today was pretty Braves only had 4 hits today. Although they did score 3 runs, they were getting perfect gamed into the 5th. Harris 0 for 4, Ozuna 0 for 3, Murphy 0 for 4. Albies did go 2 for 3. Chris Sale had a rough going today. His velocity was down. Not as down as it has been. It was up here and there. He was fired up about some missed strike calls later on in his start. 4 1/3, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Did allow a home run to Yandy Diaz early on. That set us back pretty early. Pierce Johnson came in, allowed 2 runs. De Los Santos came in, allowed 2 runs. It wasn't great overall from the Braves today. Not what we wanted. We were coming into this game hopeful, knowing that we could have won a second straight series with Chris Sale on the mound, but that did not happen. Let's take a look at the overall series. Game 1 was a rough one. Bryce Elder got roughed up in Game 1. It continues to show that he is not a major league starter. Braves lost Game 1 6-3. Elder went 6 innings, allowed 5 earned. Braves got shut out. Not shut out, but they got shoved by Taj Bradley. He went 6 innings. Game 1 wasn't great. The lineup was asleep other than a Ozuna and Albies homer late. And there wasn't much hope going into Saturday with Smith-Shawver going, but the Braves did find a way to win. Smith-Shawver pitched well. 5 innings, 2 earned, 7 Ks, sorry. He pitched well. He just struggles to find the zone sometimes. He gets into deep counts, can't get out of it. The Braves' offense in Game 2 came alive late. The pen was scary. Good game from Sean Murphy in Game 2. He did have a homer. Along with Harris in the 9th. That was clutch. It wasn't a great series for the Braves. Not what we wanted. The offense is still lacking. Our takeaways from the series, a couple things that I noted written down, were that something that I talked about last time was the lack of athleticism, the lack of running on the base pass, and the Braves did that a lot today, or in the overall series. They had 6 steals in this series, 2 from Ozzie, 2 from Harris. That was good to see the Braves more in motion. The bats are waking up. It seems to me the runners in scoring position is less of an issue. One thing about the game today that I wanted to talk about was the fact that Snit left Pierce Johnson in way too long. Pierce Johnson should have never came back out for another inning. That wasn't good to see. Sometimes Snit does this. He seems to let his guys ride, and it came back to bite us today. We had that good 6th inning, and the Braves were looking in a position where they could have capitalized on the momentum and maybe driven in some more runs and tied the game up back when it was 4-3 going into the bottom of the 6th. But Pierce Johnson goes back out there for another inning of work, and that's when he allowed 2 runs. That 6th inning was very good. We had Olsen missing a game-tying home run by literally 2 inches. He's been very unlucky to start the year. His average is at 200 now, but he's hitting the ball hard. He's hitting the ball in places that you would normally think would get down for base hits, but it hasn't happened. He had that next at-bat. He came up and almost ripped one off the wall, but Magnum out there in center came through with a nice catch. I mean, overall, it was an interesting series. Braves' first time going down there to the Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. The Rays have a feisty team. They have a good team. They are 7-8 now, but it's a tough division to play in. Same with ours. It just wasn't overall a great series. The bullpen, continues to be as mid as they can be. It's you look at guys in this bullpen, and you have to start thinking, who are the guys you want to be coming in high leverage spots? I've, since opening day, always said that Jose Suarez should be getting more high leverage spots. He's only pitched in 3 games this year. His ERA is 2.45, but he's he's done well in the games he's came in. I don't think Pierce Johnson is the guy to be coming in high leverage spots. Bummer was not involved in this series. He was on the bereavement list, so hopefully I think everything's okay with him. Montero came in, and he did fine. You would think the Braves would have some momentum after that game on the last game against the Phillies. That was a crazy one with the rain delay. You would think that would have the team some momentum, but that just hasn't been the case. It's still just a rough going for the Braves, and there's not much hope in the future other than Spencer Strider coming back. He'll pitch on Wednesday. Let's look at that overall series. We go to Toronto. We'll play the Blue Jays for 3 games. Game 1 tomorrow night, 7 p.m. It is Grant Holmes on the mound for the Braves. The Braves have never seen Lucas, the starter for the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow, so that'll be interesting to see. He's 2-0 this season, yet to allow a run in 10 1/3 innings. 11 Ks, 3 walks. He shut out both the Red Sox and the Nationals in his first 2 starts. So that'll be an interesting one tomorrow. We'll see how Grant Holmes does, making his 3rd start of the season. It seems like Grant Holmes is going to be that guy in the rotation. He's going to get the spot. A big thing for me with Grant Holmes is, can he pitch deep into games? That's something he hasn't shown so far, ever in his career, to be honest. He's going to have to start doing that, give the bullpen some off time. Game 2 should be really interesting. We have Spencer Schwellenbach going against Kevin Gausman, former Brave. The Braves have seen Gausman here and there a little bit. Olson's seen him the most. He's 3 for 13 with a home run in his career off Gausman. Everyone else has 7 ABs or less. Riley is 2 for 3. Kelnick's 2 for 7. That is a game you're going to expect to win if you want Schwellenbach to, be in the Cy Young race this year. He's going to have to shove. Game 3 is the most interesting game of the week for me for Atlanta. It is a 1 p.m. start time. It is the debut of Spencer Strider. A long time coming. Great to see him coming back. I think a big thing to watch for Strider will be how his secondary pitches are working. We all know how good that fastball is, but when his slider and his curve are working, that's when he's elite and the best pitcher in the game. So watch for that. The Rays will be facing Chris Bassett, former Met, former A, veteran in the league by this point. The Braves haven't seen him too much outside of Brian De La Cruz, who is actually 6 for 10 with a homer off of Chris Bassett. So if you're into betting, I would bet on De La Cruz on Wednesday. Hopefully he gets to start. Murphy's 2 for 7 in his career off Chris Bassett. Olson's 1 for 9 with a homer. Don't expect a big leash for Strider. Expect him to go 5-6 innings, around 80 pitches. Hopefully all goes well. I mean, the game tomorrow is a toss-up. I don't know if we have, the strength to win that one. Lucas has looked good. Grant Holmes is, still a question mark, so we'll see about that one. I think game 2 you have to win. Schwellenbach, you got to win the Schwellenbach and Sale starts. This is something we talked about going into the Phillies series. The Braves managed to do that, and it's something we're going to have to do this series with Strider and Schwellenbach, because you got to win series, man. You can't be dropping series if you want to be competitive. You can't lose Sale starts. You can't, and that is something that we did today. It's unfortunate. Sale did not look great today. Velocity, not where you want it to be. He was missing spots. And you can tell he's frustrated. He was getting really, really angry towards the end of the start with the umpire. To be fair, he was missing some calls, but you can't let that bother you. And I just think Sale is not where he wants to be right now. And that's why it relies on Schwellenbach and Strider in this next series to come through and take 2 out of 3. If we can win tomorrow night, that would be huge. Huge momentum going into the Schwellenbach and Strider starts. It's yet to see how the offense is going to show up in Toronto. At this point, I'm done guessing with this team. I'm done trying to make predictions. I'm just going to let the play happen and speak for itself, because every night it's a different story. Every night it's something different. One thing I want to touch on is the Braves' organizational depth. Speak on that. Hurston Waldrop, so far in 3 games in AAA, has a 7.11 ERA, 12 innings of 10 earned. So any thoughts on him getting the call up? And let's say an Elder getting sent down just isn't going to happen anytime soon. One issue for the Braves, A big one that isn't talked about enough is the organizational depth. It's lacking. We do not have a great farm system. We've traded them all away, or they haven't planned out. Alex Verdugo is a talking point because, people say, where's Verdugo? Where's Verdugo? He is batting 182, only in 7 games, 22 at-bats. He has 4 hits, 2 homers. But you can't bat 182 in AAA and expect to be starting at the big league level. That's just not going to happen. So, it's really tough talking about this team. This team is so frustrating. And I really don't know where to go from here. I think a big issue for the Braves is top of the order. The Braves cannot find that leadoff man, consistent leadoff man. I think that's why Acuna needs to come back as soon as he can, but they don't want to rush that. There's a debate between Albies and Harris at the top of the lineup. I would honestly lean towards Albies. I don't think Harris is a leadoff hitter. I think Harris is better at the bottom of the order. Bottom feeding the top, as Chip Carey used to say. Riley has come alive in the 2-hole, which is something he hasn't done. Something I pointed out last time, that he was not a great 2-hole hitter, but he is doing that better. He's got his average up to 274. Ozuna is still fine in the 3-hole. I think Olsen at 4. I would bump Murphy up to 5. Kelenic needs to go. Kelenic is an absolute bum. Kelenic is not great. I still think De La Cruz has the pop. He should be getting the starts over Kelenic, I think, regardless of the pitching hand. I know Snicker doesn't like playing De La Cruz against righties, but I think you have to do it. And I think we've established that Nick Allen is the starting shortstop on this team. Orlando Arcia does not have it anymore. And Nick Allen needs to be getting more starts. He needs to be consistently in that lineup. And, you have Eli White going today. That's just... You can't have a winning ball club with the bottom of the order today like it was with Kelenic, Allen, and White. I think that the Braves are in a tough spot right now because I've actually seen some discourse on Twitter saying the Braves should be sellers come the deadline. And I don't hate that take to an extent. I think there are some guys, obviously, you don't want to get rid of. But I do think shuffling up the clubhouse a little bit, shuffling up the lineup, bringing in new faces, getting rid of guys that have overstayed their welcome would be good for this team. It's tough to decide who should go and who should stay. I'll give you my thoughts. We'll go through the lineup tonight, and I'll tell you what I think the Braves' plan should be for them. I think Harris out in center is fine. He is reaching Jason Hayward level status when it comes to top prospect, South Atlanta, not panning out. But he's still young. He's got time. Riley at third is fine, obviously. Ozuna, fine at DH. Olsen at first, it's fine. Albies at second. It's tough to move a guy like that. But the contract is in favor of other teams. Other teams can see that contract and see potential. He is a World Series champion. And Albies is on the fence for me. I think moving Albies wouldn't be a terrible idea. I wouldn't be against it. I would have to see the package we get back. Murphy behind the plate. I still think Braves' biggest issue, or biggest mistake that AA made, was moving William Contreras and committing to Sean Murphy as the everyday catcher. I think William Contreras is an amazing ball player, levels above Sean Murphy. But again, like I said last time, it's still early for Murphy, so there's still time for him to work out the kinks. That first half of the year, his first season, he was excellent. We know it's there. It just has to be consistent. Kelenic needs to go. Kelenic needs to get a new job. Kelenic needs to get a new profession because baseball's not for him. Number 1 rated prospect, huge flop. Absolutely huge flop. Call him Greg Oden. Nick Allen at short. Temporarily, yes, it'll be fine. In the long run, no. Absolutely not. And then you need another outfielder. Yes, Acuna is going to come back, but who's to say Harris won't go down? Who's to say Acuna won't go back down? You can't have Eli White and Fairchild as your backups. You got to have someone else in there who's going to give you consistent ABs that you know can be productive from the bottom of the lineup and play good outfield. The ideal pitching rotation for me would be Strider at the 1, Schwellenbach at the 2, Sale at the 3, and then it kind of just goes from there. I talked about it last time again. Braves should have signed Flaherty or Evaldi, but instead we're stuck with the options of Elder, Smith-Shawver, Waldrop, Holmes. The Braves sent down Smith-Shawver today. I do expect him to be back. He was sent down because of the upcoming off day after the series against Toronto. That would be his scheduled start, so I assume he's going to get a start in AAA and then get the call right back up after that start. It's really tough. I'm pretty sick and tired of watching Bryce Elder pitch. Any more Bryce Elder games, and I'm going to pull my hair out. So I think something has to be done. Changes are... at the beginning, whenever the team's doing rough, first 10 games, first 15 games, it's, trade him. But we're getting to a point now where we're losing consistently, and it's something different every night. Yeah, the bullpen, you can say the bullpen, but the bullpen hasn't been the issue in some of these losses. I think we just need some change of scenery in the clubhouse, freshen up, get some more lively at-bats, some more athleticism, some more guys that aren't, lazy and just playing out their contract. And bring the passion back to Braves baseball that it was, a couple years ago. So we'll see how this week goes. We come back home for the Twins and Cardinals. That'll be interesting. We'll see Strider at home. That'll be fun to see. Acuna hopefully in the next couple weeks. But I think the big focus for Braves fans this week is going to be watch that Strider start on Wednesday, 1 p.m., and hopefully that brings some life to the team, brings some energy and some excitement to the team. Hopefully we can take 2 out of 3 against Toronto and come back home not feeling totally depleted. So I'll see y'all on Thursday. And, go Braves.